Welcome to the Midweek Mashup.
Get down. Get down. Here we go now. Get down.
Welcome to the Colon with the Boys podcast. My name is Asen, and this is Nathan.
Hello.
This is the Midweek Mashup, where we bring you the latest in gaming news and douchebaggery. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
America.
America. I hope everyone has a good Independence Day. What are you doing for 4th of July?
Not a lot this year, actually. Typically, my family gets together, and we have like a cookout, and we do fireworks and stuff. But I think my brother and his wife, which are the ones that normally do it, just didn't feel like doing it this year. So last night I sat at home and I watched The Patriot, because America, and just kind of hung out with my dogs because they were under my computer desk because they're scared of fireworks. And currently, right now, I have the door closed in my bedroom, and you may hear them, I don't know, but they continue to hit their head against the door trying to get it open so that they get back under my desk.
Hell yeah.
So, scaredy cats. Speaking of scaredy cats, how did your two cats do with fireworks?
They don't give a shit.
Oh, they don't care?
No.
That must be nice. Like, we can't even get them outside to go to the bathroom, because every time we take them outside, some little douchebag kid is like lighting a firecracker, and it pops, and they literally just drop trowel and like scurry back inside the house. And like last night, we were trying to get them out to go to the bathroom, and they wouldn't go. And so it's been a thing the last couple of days. Like, we can't get them to go to the bathroom because they're scared to go outside right now. So they're refusing to go to the bathroom before they go to bed, and then they wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning needing to go to the bathroom, and it's really starting to get on my nerves. But
Have they shit in the house yet?
No, because they probably know that they'd get beat if they did. But Ava can hold her bowel movements and having to go to the bathroom for
Like
days
6
on
days?
end. So, but it's been pretty good. Tried out a few new beers last night and watched a movie. That's about all I've done. I don't know. I don't think we're doing anything today either. So, relaxing.
I think we're just cooking out some steaks tonight, and we're gonna try to find a fireworks show, and I'm sure there is one around here. Kilroy actually told me I had a good place I could go try.
Nice. You guys thinking about getting together, doing something, or has he got his own thing going on?
I don't know. I don't know if he's doing it, but the place he told me is where he goes, so I wouldn't doubt if he's there if we end up doing it. So
That'd be cool.
I don't know, but that's what we're gonna do tonight.
Speaking of 4th of July, what's one of your favorite 4th of July memories while we're on the subject?
Well, it's not. I mean, now it's a good memory and a funny memory, but at the time it wasn't so funny. Was your brother Jeremy?
Uh-huh.
I think it was Jeremy. Maybe it was your other brother Michael. I don't know, but they were lighting some fireworks, and they were lighting it with matches,
Mm-hmm.
and they lit the firecracker, and afterwards they threw the match at me. And usually it would bounce off, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this one happened to get on the back of my neck.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Got on the back of my neck, and it actually stuck there. Like, the end of it stuck on the back of my neck, and it didn't go. Like, it was just stuck there for a second. Like, it was burning into my skin. And left like a tan mark for a little while.
I remember that. I don't remember if we were... I think we had been messing with firecrackers, but I think we had all got like a box of matches, and as we were like striking them, we were throwing them at each other. I think that's what we were doing. Yeah. Good times. Kids don't play with fire. It's a bad idea.
That's okay. That's how you make good memories and blow off your fingers and shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Dude, I feel bad for those people that end up losing their like digits and stuff from messing with fireworks. They're dangerous. Like people don't realize that stuff will blow your hand off, dude.
Dude, I saw this video that just came out on YouTube. This guy duct taped like 8 Roman candles together, and it looked like a
God.
minigun.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 2 of them, and he like duct taped this handle on top of both of them, and he just held them both like 2 miniguns in his hands. And his friend just had a torch, and he just torched the front of both of them, and he just held them and just started shooting them off into the air like a badass.
Oh my God. Dude, what happened if those like exploded? Like that guy would have severe burns.
What happens in the video is they like the force of it is so much that the Roman candles start falling out of the duct tape like bundle.
Oh no.
And they start shooting off all over his yard, like everywhere in all directions. It's like a war zone, but he just stays there in one place and keeps fucking firing them into the air, whatever's left in his hands.
Jesus. And I'd have to say my fondest 4th of July memory. Well, I mean, I kind of have to say this one because if I don't, I'd probably get in trouble. But about 6 years ago, well, yeah, it'd be July 4th of 2012, I asked my beautiful wife to marry me. And so, unfortunately, she said yes for her. So she's probably regretting that now.
Made that distinction. If she said unfortunately and didn't say that, I'd be like,
rip. But yeah, we got engaged on July 4th. It's actually pretty funny. I had a more extravagant plan to ask her to marry me. Like, had this whole thing planned out. I was gonna go out to the lake and like rent a pontoon boat or something like that. And I was gonna have like we'd go out on the water. I was gonna set up a table and have like a nice little dinner with the candles and all that kind of stuff, around the time the sun was going down, and do the whole bit and caboodle for her. But every time I tried to get her to go out to the lake, she's like, no, it's too hot. I don't want to go to the lake. And so finally I just ended up asking her in my bedroom on July 4th, which is super lame because whenever people ask, like I always have to tell the story when they ask how we got married, because Anna's like, oh, he proposed to me in his bedroom on July 4th, and they're all just like, oh, cool. I'm like, now
what a lame ass.
Hold the phone, okay? Look. And then I had to spiel out that whole story that I just told you. But yeah, like that's probably my fondest memory. But as far as like fireworks go for July 4th, I remember down at the end of the street towards the pond in our old neighborhood, we used to always play with fireworks during 4th of July, Roman candles, stuff like that. And one year we got bottle rockets somehow.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
I think the fireworks stand no. We had just come back from Indiana, and so they're legal up there. So we bought a bunch and brought them home. That's what it was. And we were back there playing with them, and I'd never really used bottle rockets before, but we were kind of figuring out you just kind of lightly hold onto the stick and you light it and it flies out of your hand and pops. Well, me had this genius idea. I lit it and I was like pointing it at the ground or something, and like it shot, and like the little igniter thing that like lights it like shot out the back, and it like burned a hole in my neck, and that hurt for a long time. But whenever we used to sit there,
hole in your neck.
Yeah, dude, like it went through my shirt. It's kind of like your match thing. It like just stuck there and burned a hole in my neck. I was like, oh, this is cool.
That's fun.
Luckily I didn't die. But yeah, we used to do a lot of stupid stuff that we probably shouldn't have dealing with fire. So we'll leave it at that.
A few we probably will never talk about.
Probably not. But yeah,
I don't know what the statute of limitations on things are, but
Yeah, some things are just better left unsaid. Maybe if we ever have get-togethers with like a community or something and we get a little drunk and people remember this episode, we may end up telling you the story, but until then, don't even worry about it. But happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope you guys have fun, safe, don't drink too much.
And that's the episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Goodbye.
No, we're gonna go over some topics here. This one might be a little shorter just because it is July 4th, but we'll get through them here. So first, this is pretty big news if you're into sports at all. And I don't know how much of the gaming community is into sports, but I know a few that are for sure. But LeBron James just signed with the Los Angeles Lakers for an $154 million deal for 4 years.
I could care less about basketball, but the fact that he signed for $154 million for 4 years just astounds me. Like,
yeah, it's a lot of money.
I don't know who the highest paid person in basketball
Pretty
is
sure
right
it's
now,
LeBron
but
James.
yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of money for 4 years.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's a lot of people compare him to like or try to compare him to like Michael Jordan. Like, is he better than Michael Jordan? Is he not? I don't really have a dog in the fight. Like, Michael Jordan, the biggest thing he's got over LeBron is the amount of rings he has. So people are like, well, he's never going to be as good until he gets the amount of rings. But it was a different league,
right?
Then,
Different era.
Yeah, and LeBron also fucking changes teams like every 3 years. So
More
it's
often
not the
than I
same.
change my underwear.
Oh, that's pretty disgusting, dude. But according to LeBron James, because he could have gone anywhere, and at the end, I think he said it came down to the Houston Rockets or the LA Lakers, and he chose the LA Lakers because the current president of the Lakers is Magic Johnson. He said he really respects him as a basketball player in the past, so he just kind of went for the Lakers. But I also think it's just because it's LA. I mean, everyone wants to go to LA and live there, and
I don't.
I mean, I don't either. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of stars want to, because there's so much more to do
Right.
in some place like LA comparatively, and you're
think
near
it's
all
also-
the stars.
All the famous people in
Yeah,
one
it's,
place.
It's like commonplace there to see famous people. So, I mean, I don't think he fucking cares, but
It's just whoever. I mean, I'm sure it's not
I'm
just
sure-
whoever's going to pay him the most, but I'm sure that had a good ticket in it.
yeah, I'm also sure he has friends that are famous. So I'm sure that he's closer to them. He has a lot more people to hang out with, stuff like that. I don't know who's in Cleveland except like fucking Dave Chappelle lives there, and that's about all I know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know much about basketball, but have the Lakers even been like a decent team in the last few years? I haven't really heard the name lately.
No, in the last few years they've been trash since Kobe left. Like, I don't know, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. And I mean, just having LeBron James on the team alone is going to make them a good team. That's how good he is. So,
I mean, can one man really change a whole team?
Yes.
Can it?
He's that good, dude. He's really good.
So why doesn't like a powerhouse team like the Cavs or...
Well, the Cavs aren't a powerhouse team anymore, and that's why, that's why
or was it Golden State Warriors?
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors are the powerhouse team. They're stacked. But the biggest shift that people are seeing here is he's coming to the Western Conference. Now, all the strong teams are in the Western Conference for the most part. Okay. Like, there's the Boston Celtics are like the only thing left in the East now, and they are a young team. They're going to get better. They almost made it to the finals this past year. But LeBron James switching over to the Lakers is going to stack the Western Conference. So it's like when you get to the NBA Finals, you can almost chalk it up to Western Conference is going to win it. And the most important games are going to be like the Western Conference Finals instead of the NBA Finals.
Right.
So, I don't know. But that's interesting. I'm an OKC Thunder fan, so I guess some more news for that is Paul George re-signed with the Thunder. So we're still going to have a strong team. Hopefully they can learn to play together better a little next year, but we didn't do bad.
They all seem like a bunch of one-trick ponies that play for the Thunder. Like they all have their own well,
Westbrook is definitely a team player, but Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. They're really good players, but yeah, they seem to be more you know,
Self-centered oriented.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh well, we'll see how we do. Like I said, I don't care about basketball, but I mean, I do have a home team, so I root for them when they play. That's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just gonna move on from basketball and get to ARK. So we both played ARK for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get in these phases where we'll just get deep into ARK for like a
A
month or
couple
two.
months, yeah.
Yeah. And they just revealed their final, or not final, but their newest expansion called Extinction.
Mm-hmm.
Now I read a little bit about it, but it sounds interesting because it's actually on Earth apparently. Like the setting is on Earth. So,
Right, so there's a whole story that goes along with ARK, and there's actually quite a bit of lore to it. Seeing as how I've only played on the island for the majority of it, and I don't have any of the DLCs, I spent some time watching some videos about ARK lore. And there's no single player campaign. There's nothing to, take you through the story mode. It's all left up to the player to find those explorer notes that we just pick up for the experience buff.
yeah.
But they all have little stories, and there's 3 or 4 main characters in the island, and you read all that, and then once you defeat the last boss or whatever of the island, it teleports you through this whole thing. It takes you to Scorched Earth, and once you go through Scorched Earth, I'm probably chopping this up really bad. You go to the current one, which is Aberration, I think,
Yep.
which is kind of really sci-fi. And spoiler alert, for those of you who haven't beat Aberration, you should probably pause the episode or turn it off. But you end up fighting Rockwell. He's become some hentai tentacle infused person in the middle of Aberration. Like he made it to Aberration, and he's like controlling the ARK or something. It literally looks like a mix between some kind of weird hentai tentacle porn and somebody from Doom. Like, it's really weird looking. But you defeat him, and then it takes you to Earth, which is apparently where ARK Extinction is going to be. And I guess the whole thing, they've never really come out and said what the whole story is, but they're taking you back to Earth, where it says it started and where it's going to end. And I'm thinking like Earth as a planet started to die out, and I think they created all of these ARKs and put people on them to try and figure out what was the best way or lifestyle for humans to continue to evolve. And I think they were all test sites to try and figure out how to save Earth, but I don't know. I plan on getting it. Like, I need to buy Scorched Earth just to play it, and I need to buy Aberration just to play it. But I mean, if they're taking us back to Earth, like, I really want to play that one.
Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting. I don't know if I'll pick it up quite yet, just because I don't know if I'm ready to sink hours and hours into a game just yet.
I got a couple months until WoW's expansion launches, so, well, not even
this
a
one
couple
isn't,
months.
on the article, it said this one's set to release November 6th anyway, so.
Oh, well, poop. Oh, well.
I'm sure during a dead period during the new expansion,
I'll probably pick it up.
we'll look into it.
The thing that interests me the most is if it is on Earth, like, I'm hoping that it'll be, excuse me, I'm hoping it'll be, like, the whole United States somehow. Like, I don't know if they can make a map that big, because that would be giganormous. But I wonder where it'll take place. Whether it's going to be, like, New York or...
Yeah, that's a lot of people's, a lot of people are wondering where it'll be. And obviously they're not going to fit the entire Earth or anything like that, but I think it'd be interesting to see. Though? Yeah, I mean, if they made it that big and they had like large servers and stuff like that, that would be amazing, but I doubt it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You'd set up right where Tulsa, Oklahoma is.
Absolutely. I mean, that'd be cool to, like, travel around and see what, ARK did to where you live and what the person's creation was for that area of where you live. It'd be pretty cool, I think.
They literally remake, like, they take Google Earth's map and they redesign all of it in a video game, and you can go anywhere. That would be crazy.
If you went to the Oklahoma place, of course, like everybody in the United States knows, we all live in teepees and
of course, yeah.
So ride horses. So that's all you would see in the Oklahoma sector.
Yeah, bows and arrows. We all have war paint on, feathers with
headdresses. Yeah,
headdresses. And now, I guess this is a little announcement. Oklahoma legalized medical marijuana, so now we can have fucking peace pipes.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm excited for them. I'm glad they did it. I mean, if there's something that can help somebody, get off of barbiturates and things like that, I'm all for it. So.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I mean, I'm in a state right now where it's already legal, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is the new Overwatch hero, Wrecking Ball, is what they named him. A lot of fans actually are wanting to rename him to Hammond, which would be, I'm not sure. I didn't read much into that, but I think it would be a better name than Wrecking Ball.
I mean, I guess Hammond. Oh, it's got to have something to do with the story. I don't know. I haven't played Overwatch in the last year. I don't even have it downloaded on my new computer, so that's how long it's been.
Right. And I mean, I get why he's Wrecking Ball. His little machine or whatever can turn into a ball and roll around, and then just from the trailer, he's a little.
He's a mouse inside of a mech, basically, right?
Right. You know what he reminds me of?
Huh.
Okay, so for those out there that have seen the movie Valiant,
it's a great movie. That's the one with the birds in World War II, right?
Yeah, like World War II, where like the Allies are pigeons and the Nazis are falcons. Anyway, it's a great movie. It's hilarious.
It is. It's good.
And there's this part where the Americans or the Allies, which are the pigeons, they do like a rendezvous with the French, which the French are all mice.
I don't know why they picked mice.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, it reminds me of that fat mouse that stays silent, and then as soon as the girl mouse says sabotage, he just like sabotage, and he just like lights 2 matches and starts fucking setting everything on fire. So he reminds me of that mouse. Not only does he look like that mouse, but he's doing the same shit. I mean, he's in a fucking mech.
Right.
So it just really reminded me of that. But I don't know what type of hero it is. It looks like a tank to me. Could be wrong. It kind of seems like another version of Diva in a way. That's what it looked like to me. But I could be wrong.
They need to make an Overwatch movie.
No, they need to make a cinematic Warcraft movie first, from just like the cinematics.
Well, I mean, I think anybody that plays World of Warcraft can agree with that, and probably some people that don't. But I mean, don't do live action films for cartoony games. It doesn't work. Like, you have the whole system in place to do your cinematics, and I'm sure that takes a lot of work and a lot of time for that team to create those cinematics, because they're always awesome. But like, if you have the setup and design for it already, just make the movie. Like, do you know how much money they could make if they would just do that?
Yep.
They wouldn't even have to hire actors. They just have to hire the graphic engineers and coders and all that kind of stuff.
Just look at the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I never saw that.
That was amazing.
Was it?
No.
No?
It was horrible.
Oh. It was like, you got me. Like, I had no idea.
You're like, what? It was? I need to see it? What? No, like fucking the Bowser was like a dude in a lizard costume. It was
Oh
really
God.
dumb. It was really bad. I mean, it's an old movie, I get it, but it was just bad on all fronts. Like Luigi was like I think he was a Asian actor,
Hmm, what?
and Mario actually looked pretty good. The guy that played Mario, he could do it again.
Hmm.
And he's probably way too old now, but
Yeah, like I don't
um,
understand why they don't do
more animated movies.
animated movies.
Dude,
Like
like,
that
Pixar and DreamWorks, why doesn't Nintendo just make their own filming, like their own company, and make like Zelda movies, make Mario
dude,
movies,
they'd be
make all their
huge.
characters?
It's
Dude,
probably too big of a like it's probably too big of an investment for
probably.
like a possible like they're probably scared that they would have to invest, billions of dollars into this and then the percentage of return may not be big enough for them to weigh the investment, I guess. I don't know too
Yeah,
much
who knows
about
if it
business, but
who knows if it would flop or not, but like movies like Wreck-It Ralph did really well, and it's that type of movie.
right, like if they made an Ocarina of Time movie where they went through the whole story, like there's so much for them to do. Like he has
Hmm.
to go through all the temples, he has to cover all the storyline, and then he gets to the end, you defeat Ganondorf, and it's the fucking movie, hour and a half. Like they got to be able to do that.
I don't know about getting through all the temples in an hour and a half.
I'm just from a game, like he's not gonna fail, so it shouldn't be that hard, you know.
Yeah, he's gonna have to speed run it backwards to get through it in an hour.
Did a little,
The whole movie just skipping backwards.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It would be good. There's a lot of companies that could take video games and graphically make animated short films. Well, not short films. That's pissed me off because by the time if they do really good, I want to see a whole movie. So don't make any more of those. It's not a good idea. Just make a damn
Yeah.
movie.
Anyway, let's move to our last two topics, which are kind of both go hand in hand. So Seagate is debuting their new solid state drives that can go up to 2 terabytes of space.
Holy shit! How much is that? Give me a price.
Well, there's no mention of price, which means it's going to be very expensive.
Yep.
But they're debuting them on Amazon Prime Day, which starts July 16th, and it's a 36-hour thing. Hopefully, on release, maybe they'll have some kind of discount.
Special, yeah. Hopefully.
But I mean, 2 terabytes is just the maximum, but they are starting at 250 gigabytes and up. So they're going to have several different, versions
Right.
that they have for that. But I'm really thinking about getting like a 500 gig one, just because if you guys don't have a solid state drive,
Oh,
and
magical.
yeah, it's absolutely magical. If you don't have a video game on a solid state drive, like if you're on a loading screen for a while, or things take a while to load, or you get some frame rate lag here and there, solid state drive fixes a lot of that.
It makes it like a huge difference. Like I played on a bread toaster for a long time that I built, and just recently upgraded to a new PC. And like I didn't know the whole difference. Boots Windows in 15 seconds. You're ready to fucking go, dude. It's so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I could never go back. I do have a standard hard drive in this one, but it's just storage. Like I run everything else off of solid
Right, that's
state
what I do.
Windows and everything.
I have two 180 gig solid states, and I have a storage drive that's standard. But I recently had to move my World of Warcraft file onto my storage because it's starting to become such a big game, and I don't have it's 180 gigs of other stuff, and I don't know. I just switched it over, and my loading screens went from like 4 to 5 seconds to about
20?
25 seconds.
Yeah, especially if you're loading into like Dalaran or a heavy populated area, Ripperinos, dude,
Yeah.
you can miss a queue in that amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it pauses your queue when you're in a loading screen, but yeah. Yeah, it's I
I'll
don't know.
send
I'm
you one
really
for
thinking about
Christmas.
you sending me one for Christmas. All right, well, I
Yeah.
have to buy one. I
It'll
expect
be-
the 2 terabyte one though, so I hope you're okay with that.
I'll send you like a little 120 gig that just says World of Warcraft on it, and it'll be your designated World of Warcraft drive.
Okay, we can do that.
Amazon
But,
Prime, baby, check it out.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into the last topic, which is the Nvidia GTX 1180 was announced. Now that hasn't been released. There's not many specs on it from what I see, but it is on its way out to the public. And
I think they said Q3, so that's coming up.
yeah, they I read there was a like anticipated date on there was like in August,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have an official release date on it. But who knows how good it'll actually be? You know, it seems that
How
with
much
video
faster
cards
can you
and-
get? Like the 1080 Ti that I have works wonders. Like, well, I guess I don't 4K game or anything like that. For
that's
people
probably
that-
what it's for. It's
I
like
guess.
to the next level, and eventually that'll be the norm. But what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is like, I don't. It seems that with computer upgrades, whether it's a processor or a video card or anything, you know, motherboards, they all seem to have their off years, where they come out and they're like, "This is going to be the new thing," and I fell into that trap. But this is going to
Yeah,
be
you
the new
did.
thing. Like, we're going to go down this whole line of stuff. We're going to make it really good, and this is what you need to buy. You go into it, and they're like, "Actually, we're going to scrap that, and we're going to go into this other direction." And then you get entire generations of like right now they're doing the 1100s of Nvidia GTX, and you know, maybe that whole generation won't be as good as the 10, and that happens all the time. So I'm definitely gonna wait it out, see what, you know, the specs are. I'm gonna, you know, make sure I see it on benchmarks and see how it performs before I put any money out. But I'm thinking definitely in the next year I'm gonna be dropping some serious load on a new computer.
It's worth it, man. Like, mine was a couple grand, almost 3, but worth every penny if you're a PC gamer. Like, having that, you know, well, mine's not top of the line, but it's pretty decent, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
You can sell your testicle for $35,000. Go buy one.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. I don't think I'd ever do that.
Yeah, please, kids, don't do that. It's not worth it.
I don't think they'd allow kids anyway.
Probably not.
But
Probably wouldn't
you know,
allow me. I'm overweight.
Yep, same. Anyway, with that said, thank you guys for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed our midweek mashup, and even if you didn't, we would love your feedback, which can be sent to cold1podcast@gmail.com, or you can leave us a review on iTunes. It really helps us out a lot, so we can make this show better for you guys. You can follow us on social media at Cold One Podcast for Twitter and Facebook. You can also check out our website, actionspermanent.net, where you can see the latest episodes, check out our APM sponsored streamers, or get the link to the APM Network Discord. And if you like what we do, please tell your friends, coworkers, and family. Thanks, guys, and remember, don't drink and drive.
Goodbye.
Yeah.